Pakistan's Jamiat Ulema-e-Islam's leader Maulana Fazlur Rehman has warned that 5 to 7 districts in Balochistan are in a position to declare independence. Speaking at the Pakistan National Assembly, he said that if these districts took such a step, the United Nations would recognize them the next day. Rehman also painted a grim picture of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, claiming that the government's writ does not exist in its southern parts. He said police checkposts have been shut down and law enforcement is now under siege by armed groups. He further informed the parliament that in some areas even the army has vacated its positions, leaving behind a power vacuum. The JUIF chief blamed Pakistan's establishment, saying critical decisions on national integrity and security are made in closed rooms, not in the parliament. He warned that if such issues are not addressed, Pakistan could face a repeat of 1971 when it lost East Pakistan. Now my colleague Sandeep Unidan, editor of News9 Plus, joins us in the studio for more on that big story that we're tracking. Sandeep, thank you so much for being with us. Talk to us. These are alarm bells that are going off in Pakistan.
Absolutely, Krishna. This is no ordinary political leader. He is the leader of Pakistan's largest religious party, Maulana Fazlur Rehman. The JUIF is Pakistan's largest religious party. It has members across all provinces in Pakistan. It has elected representatives in Balochistan. There are 14 members in the Balochistan Assembly. They have 8 members in the KPK Assembly as well. So this is someone who's got his feet firmly on the ground, and what he has said today must have taken the establishment by alarm, because the fact is that he is telling them that wake up and smell the coffee. These provinces are spinning out of your control. You're worried about Trump taking over in the United States. Look in your own backyard. Your own provinces are so restive. There's so much of violence there that the most important thing is that the writ of the state does not run in these provinces. That's a very, very big alarm bell that's been rung.
He said that there is no government exists in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
And what is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa? What are Balochistan? These are frontier regions of Pakistan where you have the dominant Punjabi province. You have soldiers from Punjab that are going there, and they are facilitating the robbing of resources, as the Baloch call it. Balochistan is one of Pakistan's most mineral-rich provinces. It's 2/3 nearly of Pakistan by area. It's only got 1/3 of the population. It's very sparsely populated, but for the last 2 decades, there's been a raging insurgency in Balochistan, and it's similarly in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Both of these provinces are extremely restive. The military cannot go out. There have been very, very serious major terror attacks in both Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And in Balochistan, what has happened in the last couple of months, Krishna, is that you have suicide attacks. You never saw suicide bombings in Balochistan. That has now started to happen, and that tells you the kind of desperate struggle that the Baloch are waging. And this is something that Maulana Fazlur Rehman, he's not an anti-Pakistan, he's not an opposition leader. He's someone that everyone from the ruling party to the opposition goes for counsel. He's a guy, he's a level-headed guy. Ironic as it sounds, that someone who's a religious fundamentalist, the head of Pakistan's largest religious party, has to actually say this: guys, get up, smell the coffee.
Wake up and smell the coffee is the message that he sent. Pakistan is on the verge of losing 2 states, Sandeep, and he's talking about, he's also spoken about the brutality of the Pakistani authorities on the people of Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and that is the reason why Pakistan is where it is right now when it comes to these 2 states, and which means that it has a lot to lose. It has its own sovereignty to lose.
Absolutely, Krishna. And in fact, he has pointed out the fact that you have the Pakistan army and the ISI interfering in internal affairs. He's called that out. It's a very brave thing to say for a politician of his stature to say that in Parliament. That calls for a lot of guts in Pakistan to say, who's really responsible for all of that. And Fazlur Rehman has said that. I wonder what his agenda is to say this. I mean, all of this is spoken behind closed doors in Pakistan. Everyone knows what the story is.
Right.
It is the Pakistan military that's running the show. All of these enforced disappearances in Balochistan, where people are being picked up, they're never heard from again. There's the stories of torture, the murders of civilians, particularly in these 2 provinces. The Pakistan military has been clamping down with an iron hand, and now you have the head of the largest political party, the biggest religious party in Pakistan, calling this out. There's something that's afoot in Pakistan, Krishna.